Are you going to be smart or are you going to be pretty? So I came down here this morning. I had foot surgery in January. They took out part of the tendon. It was a hiking injury. I cracked down on a piece of lava rock. And so it was pretty damaged because I kept walking for like a year and a half. Because I had places to go. So, I'm in pain. I'm in pain. So I went in on Friday because my surgeon's wife is giving birth to their first daughter. And he really wanted to be there. So I said, well, let me come in before I go on the road because I'm in pain. I'm in a lot of pain. He says, why are you in so much pain? I said, well, as soon as I could walk, I started walking. He's like, how much are you walking? I'm like, 10 miles a day. It's like, I got a Fitbit. So he was like, well, I think that's a little bit too much. But the problem is we took out part of the tendon. The other part is damaged. It was already damaged. We left it there to keep the foot stable, but I don't want to take it out. So I'm going to shoot you up so you can go to Northrop Grumman because I said, this is, and you better not tweet this. Well, you can, I don't care. I'm getting old. When you get older, you start saying whatever. I turned 60 this year. Well, okay, I'm 53. But if you put your age on, you were going, she looks good. So this is my favorite thing to do in the whole wide world. Coming to Northrop Grumman. You all are the most enlightened, evolved. I've never seen people talk about love at a company like this. I mean, it's crazy. Rosa Parks said the next civil rights movement was going to happen in corporate America. She meant Northrop Grumman. Right? I'm limping in. He shot me up, but it didn't do anything. And he said, we may have to go back in. I'm like, I don't want that to happen because I had to take a shower on a plastic chair. Now that I'm 65. So I'm like on the plane, I'm like, and no shoe fits. These are the only shoes that fit. They don't walk well on tile because one is a 9, the other one's an 8. So I've got all this stuff going on, right? And I was like, and I had this little device that's charged up, and I'm like, but I'm going to Northrop Grumman. This is the best place in the whole wide world. You're going to shoot me up, Doc, and send me out. He's like, all right, Northrop Grumman, really? And I'm like, really? Don't act like I'm not smart enough to go there. So I'm in my room last night, and I love, listen, let me tell you something. There are 2 people on the planet. There's this belief in the Kabbalah, in Jewish tradition. I'm not Jewish. But there's this belief that there's 30 righteous people in the world. They may or may not know who they are. I know who 2 of them are. One is West Bush, and the other one's sitting right over there saying and you can mention her name to anybody, and people go, she's really respected. I said, no, she's loved. Big difference. Big difference, because my goal in life is to make sure that every woman is as loved at work as she is at home, and as respected at home as she is at work. You are loved and respected. You really, really are. So I'm like, I gotta go. So I'm like, I can't hear Wes because I gotta sit down, my foot's flaring. I got this electronic device, Tim's little portable Tim machine. I'm plugged up, I'm in the room. It was heaven. So this morning I'm like, I'm gonna get up because everything they do is so good. I'm gonna make sure I go. I come in, I'm limping in a pair of platforms. And Kim Harvey gets up here. I was so corrected to my core. How dare we complain about the job we begged for? spoke about was notified that her mother had died. They couldn't find them. The chaplain showed up at the door. Here's the daughter who thinks her mother's mad at her, seeing the chaplain at the door. Do you know what Kim said to me? The device that you all created let somebody know that they were still alive. When you leave the room, do people say, oh my God?